All right, what's going on, beautiful people? It's the North Shore 9 Postgame Show powered by Primanti Bros. I'm Tyler. With me is someone who, just like some fans in the stands from time to time, have to put a brown paper bag over their face because they are embarrassed.
I will not show my face.
That is what DiNardo is doing tonight. I am with DiNardo. He's having some camera issues, so I'm here. He's here. We're all upset.
That's right. That's right. This is my virtual bag over my face. No, for real. Well, actually, what happened is I think I left my my camera on from the last show I did, which was like Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah.
And the battery's dead. So I'll probably pop on here shortly once it gets a little bit of a charge. So right now you get to see El Gato, aka Cody Coleman.
Good Lord. Well, the Pirates dropped this one 8-4. A Derek Shelton masterclass today, my friend. We had Colin Holderman get reinstated from the injured list, fresh off his 2 rehab appearances, and everyone's favorite manager in Pittsburgh decided that today was a great day to put Colin Holderman into a tie ball game in the 8th inning. DiNardo, I don't know where you want to start with all of this.
I want to start
First, we probably need to talk about Bet Online a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I guess before we start there, let's let you know that Bet Online is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for all your sports betting action. Baseball season is in full swing, and we're into the home stretch for NBA and NHL playoffs. Has more ways to stay in the action with the latest odds, news, scores, and even live in-game betting while the games are being played. With the largest selection of odds on everything from MLB, NHL, and UFC, BetOnline remains the number one online source for all your sports wagering info. In between games, head over to BetOnline Casino with all the top Vegas-style games, including poker and live casino. BetOnline, the game starts here.
DiNardo. The Pirates are in a tied ball game with the LA Dodgers, the feared Los Angeles Dodgers. Pirates aren't supposed to be in this ball game. They're supposed to get blown out of this ballpark. They've already taken one. It was a fluke. It was Paul Skeens on the mound. Somehow they've just survived through this one. It's a tie game late. The bullpen's fully staffed. Everyone should be available. Everyone you need. Derek Shelton goes to Colin Holderman in the 8th inning. What are we doing here, man?
I don't know. I don't know. Like, my big thing about this is, I mean, you're correct. The Pirates shouldn't be in this, right? They stole one with Paul Skeens, which you can understand. It's Roki on the mound, right? The most coveted pitcher on the planet this offseason. He goes to the big bad Dodgers. Now the Dodgers, I mean, this is insane. This is wrong. We got to fix baseball. It's the best pitcher. Like, what were they doing here? The Pirates handled themselves. Mitch Keller handled themselves. I get, like, you can't, this is the Dodgers. They won the World Series last year. This is a good baseball team. I'm not upset that the Pirates should be 2-2 right now against the Dodgers. I mean, it's the Dodgers. They're not expected to win. What I'm upset about is the fact that you have an opportunity and you squandered it. You had a chance to be at least in the game. I mean, you could have at least carried it over to the 9th inning, a tied ball game, and still seen what happened. You go to Colin Holderman in this situation. Colin Holderman has not been good. Now, I understand it's not the same situation as Bednar. Bednar was actually optioned. Holderman was sent to the IL due to injury. But Bednar, when he came back up, wasn't put right in the closer spot. Wasn't put in the 8th inning role spot. He was put in a lower leverage. Showed a little bit. Moved up a little more. Colin Holderman comes right back after having a horrendous second half last year, after not having a good start to the season, going to the IL, and immediately coming back from the IL right into that 8th inning role. when you've had plenty of options in that bullpen, all ready to go. And those options in that bullpen have all been really good this year. Just a terrible decision.
Colin Holderman had a 9.64 ERA before he hit the shelf. He had a 9.64 ERA. He goes on the IL, 2 rehab appearances. What does he do there? 5.40 ERA. He gets lit up in rehab. So naturally, you bring him back up after 2 appearances and you just shove him in the 8th inning of a tie game. Where's the accountability here? What did Dennis Santana do to lose his opportunity to pitch in those high leverage situations? Because Colin Holderman has lost that opportunity. Everyone knows it except for the manager. DiNardo, you talk about the accountability all the time. Where is it?
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, again, this is the things that bother me with Derek Shelton. I don't understand this. I just don't. And it's just so ironic that, like, this is one of the things we talk about time and time again. When you could literally look at Pirates Twitter and hand them the keys to run this team. And oftentimes, more than not, it seems as if the dumb fans are probably more correct. When Colin Holderman went in, and it was just so funny and ironic at the same time. They cut away. It was in the 7th inning, I think, and they cut away the bullpen. And Holderman and Bednar are both warming up side by side. And at that moment, I think every Pirates fan's heart just sunk. And it was like, oh, dear Lord, who's getting the 8th? Because it's probably going to be one of those two. And if it was David Bednar, I'd be a little more comfortable. Right. Yes, he's at least showing himself a little bit right now. But it was Colin Holderman. And again, I understand Derek Shelton has been given a bad hand because I don't believe Ben Cherington has done a great job. Same as you, same as everyone else that's on this platform. So it's not fair to Derek Shelton that he has some lesser options to work with than many other teams that are competing. But this wasn't the correct decision. And this is absolutely validated to criticize. And these are the things that make you lead to, why is Derek Shelton still here? Or is Derek Shelton good or bad? And all that questionable stuff. This was a bad decision. I mean, again, I would be much better going with David Bednar. And David Bednar has had his struggles. But you also had every other arm there.
Yeah. Dennis Santana threw yesterday. He didn't throw the day before. I think he threw 11 pitches yesterday, according to Ryan's bullpen analysis. So he should have been fully available. And to be frank here, I don't like the fact that David Bednar's kind of been pushed already back into this high leverage situation.
And that's fair. That's fair.
I understand that it hasn't came back to bite him yet, but make some people earn something here and there. Just because they have a couple good outings doesn't mean they're back and we have to anoint them back to the top of the pyramid here. Dennis Santana threw his tail off. He's earned those opportunities. And if you don't trust Santana more than Holderman right now, I really don't like your brain as a manager. Like, I'll never agree with you. It's just like he's held hostage to Bednar and Holderman, and I don't understand it.
That was one of the things we discussed with his bullpen. It's almost like it was a blessing that Holderman and Bednar went in there because Derek Shelton had to use matchups, and we kind of praised Derek Shelton. He's actually managed that bullpen to a T. And of course it helps. It makes you look good when the bullpen's performing. You know what I mean? So there's also the argument that, well, honestly, they're all looking pretty good. So you can put anyone in. But at the same time, he was using matchups. And actually last night was a good example of it. I know David Bednar got the save and David Bednar was put in the 9th inning, but truthfully, the 8th inning was the tougher matchup. And they talked about it last night in the postgame show. Putting in Dennis Santana, that spot was more crucial than David Bednar getting the air quotes arbitrary save. Right. So I liked that. But then now we go today, and now Holderman and Bednar are back, and right, it's just like, okay, well, here we go, back to our old ways, and those old ways weren't working. I don't know what you've done to prove that they're going to continue to work. Not when other people are earning those ways at this point in time. And that's I kind of look at it this way too. It's like, if you are Dennis Santana, and I'm sure he's not, but like, in a way, like if you're Dennis Santana, it's like, man, I've been busting my ass off. This guy's been terrible. He comes up and he's just given the spot now. Like, I can't go out there and pitch my ass off and get us a victory. Because again, also, I know it was a tied game, so the Pirates still could have ended up losing. Wentz didn't do his job as well, but you had an opportunity, and Colin Holderman and Derek Shelton together let this entire team down because there was taste of victory.
Absolutely. And at the end of the day, I think you can just say that Derek Shelton did not put his team in the best position to win this baseball game.
Correct.
He failed at doing that today. And you mentioned Joey Wentz coming in after that. He gives up 3-run homer. Was that what it was? Yeah. I can't even get mad at Joey Wentz.
The others
anymore.
were put on by Holderman, right? One earned for him in that sense. But yeah.
I can't get mad at Wentz, really. I mean, he is who he is. He's pitched well to this point. Can't give up that shot, though. It was a bad pitch.
Yeah, I mean, you're not lying. I mean, you can absolutely blame him. He didn't do his job today either. At that point, it was done.
Yeah.
But
there was a fork in it at that point.
Yeah, I mean, it felt the way. Again, Holderman allowed all three first hitters on. And at that point, that's when Derek Shelton pulled him because he's able to, which I wasn't even sure if he was going to.
I know, right?
I'll be honest with you. It looked like he's hesitated, and like it kind of clicked in. He's like, oh yeah, I should get out of here. So I mean, at least he did the right thing then, but it was way too late at that point in time. But yeah, Wentz comes in, immediately shot. Obviously, Holderman gave up the home run to begin with, so it was the second pitch, and then that tie game was no longer tie game.
The second pitch that Holderman threw.
Yeah. So Teoscar Hernandez took him deep, and then he allowed the next two guys on. So there's already a trailing score. It was 5-4. Wentz comes in, two guys on. He does give up the homer, and at that point, it was game over.
Do you want to talk about something happier, like the guy that plays center field for this team?
I do, and that's what again, like that's what sucks. We had to start off. That's the talk. That's the story of this game is Holderman in that 8th inning. But this was a good game. This was just a good game all around. It was two pitchers who looked good. Didn't have their absolute best, of course, but it was some good pitching. It was some good defense. It was some good hitting all around for both teams. And absolutely for that guy in center field. His name's Oneil Cruz, Tyler.
He's good.
He's good. This really sucks not having me on camera right now because it's better because there are no visual cues.
No, I get no cues from DiNardo.
And I feel for you, so I apologize for that. Yeah. But yeah, his name is Oneil Cruz. And buddy, he's locked in and he is on fire right now.
He is seeing the ball as well as anybody can see a baseball right now. He leads off the game with another home run, his 8th of the year. I said it a couple weeks ago, I think. My only complaint about Oneil Cruz at this point was that he wasn't hitting the ball over the wall enough. That complaint's gone.
Literally, the moment you said that, I feel he heard you. He heard Tyler.
He's lifting the ball now. Everything he touches is hard contact. You're seeing him lay off pitches that Oneil Cruz does not lay off of.
Yes.
He never has. And you're seeing him, like, the home run he hit today, that's 4 inches off the plate, out of the zone, 97-mile-an-hour fastball. And he hits a piss missile. He's locked in, like you said.
I mean, and that's the home run, and just like that hit against in the Angels series where, I mean, he was battling. Good eye, but then he takes that one. It was like 9 inches off of the plate, and he basically just put his bat out to just make contact, and it was 100 miles an hour. But yeah, like today, the home run, his 4th home run, his 4th leadoff home run of the month, which is now the most of any Pirate of any month in their entirety. You mentioned it. You wanted to see him have more power. And my hot take, I guess you could say, coming into the year was Oneil Cruz is going to show his speed. He's going to have a 40 stolen base season. Now, is 30-30 in play for him, something like that? Maybe I could see him sitting more at 25, 30, 20, of course, 25-40 with my prediction. And that's how he kind of started. I mean, we saw the stolen bases, but like you said, Tyler, he's been reeling them off now. 8 home runs. If he was sitting at 8 home runs and 8 stolen bases right now, you'd be saying, oh, damn. But like, he's also at 8 home runs and 12 stolen bases right now. And like you said, the big thing is now the power is starting to come. You saw the freak, the freak athlete that he is. You saw the stolen bases starting to come up at the end of last season, the final 2 months. Now the power is really starting to come, man. And holy hell, like this is a whole other dynamic. And let me ask you this. I want to put this to you. Mm-hmm. Do you think, well, I'll say this. I think I know what you think is more of, but is it just Oneil Cruz coming into his prime, into his career trajectory here, using his talents and tools? Or do you think there's also a lot of him back in that leadoff spot that's playing into this?
So definitely a good bit of it is the fact that he just has a lot more at-bats under his belt right now. I mean, we're talking about a guy that, in all reality, he's got, maybe 2 full season worth of at-bats in his entire career, and he's been in the majors for 5 years.
Yeah, and I would say it's not actually even 2 full seasons yet. Right. It's close, though. Yeah, he's got, 268 career games.
Yeah,
so he's got about 60 more to go.
So definitely a good bit of that is just getting more at-bats under your belt.
Yeah.
I do think the leadoff spot this year, at least, is really helping. And there were a few examples of it today. Like the single that was with 2 RBIs. You have 2 guys on base there. First base is open. When he's hitting leadoff, they can't pitch around him because they've got Brian Reynolds coming up right behind him.
Mm-hmm.
They have to give him something to hit. When he's hitting third and you have Valdez behind you, you're not getting anything to hit in that situation.
Right.
And that's where he starts getting more aggressive. That's where he gets outside of his own zone. So I think that hitting him leadoff right now definitely unlocks something for him. But a lot of it's just Oneil Cruz is coming into his own.
Yeah. And that's why I asked, because I do think it's a combination of that. When we've seen Oneil Cruz really, again, from the second half of last year, come into this zone. I mean, again, he actually hit lefties better than righties at the end of the day. When you look at weighted runs created plus, right? Still small sample, but he just was a better hitter. Month by month, he got better last year. Except for like the final 3 weeks of September, it was pretty awful. But in general, it was, right? So he comes into this year, you're seeing him walk more. You're right, you are seeing a different Oneil Cruz. But it was funny, and it was more of a developmental thing. We were discussing a few years ago of like putting Oneil Cruz at leadoff for those reasons. And I think it's just like it's the combination of both right now that's just really playing for him. And the reason I wanted to ask it to you here is because I've talked about this, although today it didn't work out. I like IKF in the 9-hole. I think like permanently that's where he should be. Right now at this point in time, Oneil Cruz is this team's leadoff hitter. Here on out. I don't really want to entertain him at like the 3 or 4. Just the way things are working. This guy, the way he's getting on base, he's stealing bases. Like he is creating so much action.
Mm-hmm.
This is my leadoff hitter right now. Done. Don't even think about it.
Yeah, we see it with the Dodgers. They hit Ohtani leadoff. Like the traditional leadoff role is not really a thing anymore. One, I like the protection part of it. And number 2 here is you're giving Oneil Cruz the most at-bats on your baseball team. That's probably the way it needs to be.
Yeah. Yeah, fair. Now, on the opposite side, I feel comfortable letting anyone on the Dodgers lead off. Like that's
very true.
Right. I mean, it's like, yeah, I get Ohtani and it's not your traditional, but at the same side, like if Betts was leading off, yeah, that makes sense. Freeman, that makes sense. Teoscar Hernandez, yeah, that makes sense. Edman, sure. Will Smith, fine. Like anyone can lead off for them. It really doesn't matter. That's how deep this lineup is. But again, that's why this game was so frustrating at the 8th, because this is a really good team. It's not that you expect like the Pirates should be taking 2 out of 3, but the Pirates had a chance to capitalize and take 2 out of 3. They've already done it with the Angels. You win game 1. Mitch Keller's up there facing Roki, another tough pitching matchup. Mitch Keller's looking pretty good. It's a tied game, unfortunately, at one point. It's 4-4. There's a real chance that you can go into LA and take another Dodgers series. And for a team that's struggling in April, that could be huge this early. And it was one decision that was made in the 8th inning that just blew that.
It was. And we talked about the lineup. Let's talk about the guy that started the game here, Mitch Keller. Another quality start from him. He goes 6 innings, gives up 2 runs. I mean, it's a battle to get this lineup out. It's very difficult to get the Dodgers lineup out. Mitch Keller basically had to throw everything he could at him today, and he did. I liked a lot of what I saw. Really, in all reality, he missed his location, gave up a shot. Adam Frazier doesn't field a ball. Some things happen. You're going to give up runs to the Dodgers. I thought Mitch Keller looked really good. What say you, DiNardo or El Gato?
Same. Again, like we're talking about the Dodgers lineup here. Now, only Paul Skeens gets to make them look like little kids. And that's still impressive, what he did last night. What Mitch Keller did today, I thought was perfectly fine and acceptable. 3 runs, 2 earned against the Dodgers in 6 innings pitch. I mean, 6 innings, and he allowed six base runners, 6 hits, 1 walk. 5 hits, 1 walk, striking out 6. I mean, you tell me that line there against the Dodgers, and you're not looking at this as Mitch Keller saying, good job. You allowed your team a chance to win for sure. So absolutely no qualms with Mitch Keller. Now, he wasn't all that efficient. I mean, he came back around. The first inning was a little bit of a struggle, obviously. But I feel like since that first inning, Paul has had another freaking double of like this in the second inning. Like since
just
then,
put him on second base.
And that's the thing. That guy's been going off. So like that also is what it is. But like since then, Mitch Keller really settled down and took control. I liked what I saw to Mitch Keller.
Yeah, and he flipped the curveball in there a good bit today. 13% curveballs, 12 of them total out of his 89 pitches. Changes speeds on people, and he used it primarily on lefties. Kind of a replacement for that cutter a little bit, it seems like. I like watching Mitch Keller pitch sometimes. Like when he is on and able to locate, he's really fun to watch. When he can use that sweeper and get the bottom corner against a righty, it's beautiful.
How about even the upper corner on Mookie Betts on that sweeper, which I think was his 6th strikeout. Holy hell. And like, again, like it shows he has nasty stuff.
He does. That sweeper looks like a Frisbee sometimes.
Yes. Yes.
We need to see it like put together for a long period of time. So his ERA should be under 4 now, right? I didn't check it after the game, but I think we might have a Mitch Keller under 4 ERA alert.
We might. And he has been pitching well enough, I think. I mean, he's had a good season so far.
Yeah, 397 now.
Yep. And again, this is the big bad Dodgers. You're giving up 2 earned in 6. You did your job. Absolutely did your job.
You know who else did his job today?
Tell me, Tyler.
Tommy Pham.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Is Tommy Pham getting hot?
I'm not going that far. I don't know. Maybe he needs to get suspended and appeal him more often. But he did get on base 3 times.
On base 3 times.
Now,
2 more hits.
I like it's not like he was. It's kind of like those other hits he had against, I think, the Angels. It's not like they were like these tremendous hits. It was him happening to get on base by the baseball being in play. But that's why you put the baseball in play. That's why I think people undervalue contact guys so much because well, strikeouts don't matter in this game. I mean, they still do. Like you still need to make some contact. He did. He got on base. I don't know if I'm really buying into him getting hot. What I found to be ironic, the most Tommy Pham thing though, was when there was a guy on third base and he was up. So you look and say, hey, Tommy Pham finally not in a double play situation. And Tommy Pham hits the baseball into the outfield. And only Tommy Pham could find his way hitting into a double play in that situation. But also, which wasn't a big deal at the end of the day. But I mean, Rebello.
What the hell was
Joey
that?
Bart there. Like, also, once again, like these are the things where this coaching staff just drives you crazy. I get they don't have the best players that they should. But why are you sending Joey Bart there? Maybe if it's Oneil Cruz, maybe. Right. But like Joey Bart, who got his first stolen base of his entire career this year against the Marlins, it's not like he's some burner out there, and it's not as if that was that deep.
Hernandez was playing he was playing second base by the point when he threw it in.
Right.
He took like 5 steps with the baseball, and he was so shocked that Bart was going home. Sometimes this team does things that are just so stupid. You wonder if they've ever played the sport before.
I know. Literally my quote. It's been less of that. I give them credit. But that's some of the things I was saying early on. It's like, it seems like every other game, you have some moment where you say, do they even know how to play the game of baseball? Rebello's had now, I feel, at least 3 of those moments on sending guys so far. At least 3.
He almost had another one today, too, with Tommy Pham on Oneil Cruz's hit.
I don't know what that, actually, I don't know what that was. It seemed as if he was saying go, and Tommy Pham was like, nah. Oh, wait, yeah, okay. What was crazy about that is that cost Oneil Cruz an RBI.
Oh, did it really? They didn't give him.
Yeah, they took it away from him because Pham paused.
Yeah, you're right.
He ran on the throw then. So Tommy Pham cost Oneil Cruz an RBI.
Come on, Tommy. You got to be better than that. That's unbelievable. Anyhow,
it was a good game, though. Like, even with those, it was still a good game because that throw it wasn't a game killer. I mean, the offense was in this for the most part. We talked about Oneil, right? I mean, he went 2 for 4 with a walk. But ultimately, I mean, they had 8 hits, 4 walks, 9 strikeouts. The Dodgers had 11 hits, 5 walks, 6 strikeouts. I mean, the Pirates were inning for inning battling with the Dodgers, no problem.
You're absolutely. It was a good baseball game. I was thinking at one point, when they were down, you know what? On this postgame show, I'll probably just be talking about how we just watched a good baseball game that sometimes you lose.
And that's fine. That's baseball. Of course.
That happens.
Yep.
It's going to happen to everyone at least 60 times this year. There will be 60 times for every MLB team where you just lose a baseball game. That's the way it goes. They went out of their way to lose this baseball game. That's why people are so frustrated.
Now, I do want to have an update. This comes from Colin Beasley. So Derek Shelton on using Colin Holderman. So, and quote, we had a right lane. Santana was down today.
Why?
I don't know why. Bednar has been in 3 of 4. Well, he was warming up. We're in a situation where we thought we had a lane we liked, and we didn't execute pitches. So there it is. I mean, it was his decision. He's saying those are the reasons why. Okay.
Well, Derek, at some point when they're constantly not executing pitches and you continue to try to make them execute pitches, it's your fault. It's a trend.
Yeah.
I
don't know. You thought enough to warm Bednar up.
Right. You got him hot, so now he's probably down tomorrow anyhow.
He pitched 13 Wednesday, nothing on Thursday, 15 yesterday. So today would have been 3. I mean, I guess he was 3 out of 4. Yeah. Santana, 3 on Tuesday, 17 Wednesday, off Thursday, 11 Friday. Again, like Mr. Efficiency over here.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Or you could just literally not use Holderman and use somebody else.
Right.
I don't know, man. You got anything else to add on this game here? Or any more announcements we have?
Announcements. Look at my pretty face. We of course do have the tailgate, May 24th. Check it out. Come along. It's going to be fun. Sponsored and catered by Primanti's. Outside of that, I don't know really. I mean, Kutch 0-for-5, Reynolds 0-for-4. They didn't have too many real competitive stuff. But yeah, like at the end of the day, Hayes, what now, a 7-game hit streak for Brian Hayes?
Yeah, his first extra base hit since April 5th.
Yep.
He
had a nice double hit in left field, left center gap.
He's swinging the bat well lately, I think, actually. Just you need a little more slug out of him.
You do. It's getting kind of late now where it's not so much small sample. He has had bad luck. 234 average, 617 OPS. It's still not good, but I still do think I like what I see more out of Brian Hayes than I have in the past. Hasn't really netted results so much, but I do like what I see. And at least at the end of the day, if anything, he looks healthy. I mean, he's still here. Nothing seems to be nagging. Nothing seems to be creeping up. He seems full health. So, yeah, there's that. But yeah, I guess outside of that, I have nothing else.
Yeah, just to follow up on Hayes, I think coming into the day, he had somewhere around 317 expected weighted on base average. So, suggests he's getting unlucky because his numbers are nowhere near that right now.
Right. And again, like the 317 isn't.
It's not great, but
by any means, right? But that's still much better than what he's been.
Right. That's about his career average.
Which is career average is a lot better than what he's been.
Right.
Last year was poop. So, but again, yeah, like the eye test tells me Brian looks better. So I'm still wait and see. Not giving up on him by any means. I think he could reel off and be a better hitter than what he's showing right now, which we need. That's for sure. But yeah, again, outside of that, nothing else. IKF could not see a splitter worth a damn tonight. No. That's the only other thing. You just could have spammed him with splitters and he would strike out. He had 4 plate appearances. He would have struck out on 12 pitches tonight if they were all splitters.
Yeah, he looked pretty bad at the plate today.
Yeah.
I won't poo-poo him today, but he looked rough.
It did. And again, it happens. It's not he's had a good season for what you expected.
Yeah,
it's fine.
He's been himself.
Tonight wasn't it?
Right. All right, if that's all you have, that's all I got.
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow?
They play 4-ish.
Yeah.
Forget the exact time. 4:10.
Yeah.
They play tomorrow 4:10. Bailey Falter, and then another old friend of ours. Seems like going to LA, all we do is catch old friends pitching. Tyler Glasnow. So Falter versus Glasnow.
God, please get that one.
It would be nice, especially with that matchup.
Uh-huh.
So you have anything special planned for Bailey's wife on Twitter tomorrow? You guys gonna be good friends?
Yeah, we'll probably have my South Park image popping up tomorrow.
You gotta make a good one. Gotta make it a good one.
I usually do.
All right. Pressure's on. All right, guys.
Let's go.
Send us off, Tyler. They can't see my face.
All right. Thank God we can't see his face. We're out of here. I'm Tyler. That was DiNardo. Pirates drop us 1-8-4. We'll be back with you on a post game tomorrow. I believe it is Jim and Doug. Follow, subscribe, and listen to Jim at the end of this. Peace out, Girl Scouts.
Bye-bye.
All right, that wraps up this episode of North Shore 9. Thanks so much for tuning in. Whether you're listening on the podcast or catching us on YouTube, if you enjoyed the show, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It really helps us grow. And if you're listening on the podcast, a quick review goes a long way in helping others find the show. Plus, be sure to tell a friend about us. There's always room for more here in the NS9 community. And for those looking to support us a little more, consider joining our Patreon, become an MVP member, and get exclusive perks while helping us continue to bring you more of the Pirates content you love. Thanks again for all your support, and let's go Bucks.